So guys, another month, another pack of suggestions that got passed to the developers for consideration. So here I'm gonna list the best of them, 4 of them. Basically, there are more of course, but these are the 4 ones that I think are the most interesting ones that we should get in the game as soon as possible, okay? So these are in the hands of the devs, so they might actually add these things or not. It depends on their own choice, right? So let's get going. So we start off with the suggestion made by Vidrflunir. I have no idea how to pronounce your name. The Saab J35J. So guys, this vehicle was actually leaked, or not leaked, found in the files a while back before an update, but they actually changed the model to be the J35XS, the premium one, right? But I think it's incredible and kind of weird that we still do not have a more advanced Draken in the tech tree. Yes, it's cool to have the Draken that it's advanced in a premium as an export model, but we need one like that for the tech tree as well. I mean, you jump straight from a J35D from 10.0 that doesn't have flares, doesn't have anything like that, just normal missiles and cannons and stuff, to the vegan, which is the J37C, right? So, yeah, it's a little bit of a big jump, you know, and I think it should be a smaller one. So in between these two, I think the J35J could be a thing. He basically talks about the vehicle itself, the variant and everything. What you need to know is that basically it's very similar to the XS, okay? Still has only one cannon, just like the XS. The engine will be pretty much the same. The thrust, everything will be pretty much the same, okay? The missiles will be the same with the addition of the Falcon missiles, which got added in the Swiss sub-tree with the Mirage 3S, right? So we can have the RB27 and RB28, which are both Falcon missiles. That would be very cool to see. Like I said, one gun, 30mm, the radar, the IRST, they're all there as well, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, very, very cool, and it needs to be added in the tech tree. It would be the domestic version of the XS kind, okay? So this is basically the last Draken, and it needs to be added in my opinion. Another one, which is very, very small, okay, and very little thing, but it would be cool to see just for the sake of realism. One made by Camelverse, which is ground vehicle headlights being workable, basically, right? Or headlights and taillights of tanks that have them to be working. How would that be useful? Well, not really, right? It wouldn't be too useful. Night battles are more used on, you know, vehicles that are able to use NVDs and thermals and everything like that, and it would be just dumb to turn these on in a normal battle, but it's still something that it would be cool. It's like the 7.62s a little bit, or even some other features in the game that they don't have a lot of, you know, they don't do much, but at the same time, I think it should be added just because, of course, it is a real thing. Again, kind of useless, but it would be cool to see it. Okay, so this one, I would add it as well. Then we have another one, which will be very, very cool to see, made by Slowmo212. It is basically a new hangar map with aircraft carrier decks for naval aircraft. So the idea here, and I'm gonna show you on the screen right now, his idea here is that we would have the same way that we have these hangars and everything, we would have a carrier hangar like this with multiple aircraft and everything in multiple positions and with different eras and everything. So for example, he gives the example over here, for example, to have the selected aircraft in the street over here, the 6-pack, these positions, then the vehicles that are on the lineup on the points over here, or some other like patio or something like that. Then of course, like premium vehicles could be in the elevators, stuff like that, right? He gives a lot of, you know, a lot of positions over here. Of course, these would be for a more modern one. They can add for an older one as well. World War II, Korean War, stuff like that. But it would be very, very cool to have a hangar where you click on the aircraft and it goes to a carrier where the aircraft is. Imagine, like, for example, the F-18 that you get when you click on it, it appears on the carrier deck with the wings folded like this, for example, with the weapons and everything, and you can change it up, but they are folded and stuff. I mean, it would be a small thing on the hangar, it won't change too much, but it would be very cool to see, and I think a lot of people would love to see, okay? So, yeah, very cool. Small thing, but very cool. And the last thing is one made by a Russian guy. I'm gonna leave the name on the screen right now. I don't know how to pronounce this properly. I'm not gonna even try it, but yeah, the 2S35 Koalitsia, or something like that, SV. Basically, an experimental vehicle in the early stages, but with a double cannon. It's basically an Acacia with 2 guns, which might be very odd, but as a squadron vehicle, it would be very cool, or even as a battle pass vehicle or something like that. Of course, no armor, the same engine as the Acacia, that would be kind of the idea, but 2 cannons that can fire very quickly, of course, and be reloaded very quickly, since it's the same kind of idea there. It's a prototype, it never got into service, but it is very, very cool. They say that they are going to start mass production. I mean, in 2023, apparently it was stated that they were going to start the mass production of the vehicle, and confirming that the vehicle adoption would happen. But to be honest, I don't know how many numbers they have, etc. Right? But the idea would be that it's basically the same 152 millimeter, but with 2 cannons. So it would be kind of nuts to see this. I don't think it's gonna be. I mean, I hope it's not that OP, but at the same time, we don't know, right? The gun is a little bit different than the Acacia one, but still, it doesn't matter. The gun, it will be kind of the same, okay? So basically, this is the idea, okay? And these are it, guys. 4 vehicles that I think, or 4 things that got passed to the developers that I think should be added to the game. I will leave the link in the description for you to check it out. And I see you guys on the next one. So make sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Thank you all the patrons and members, and bye. See ya.